All right, all right, all right. Gentlemen, start your engine!
Drivers, start your engines!
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Remember what I told all my drivers? Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. Drivers, start your engines!
And gentlemen, start your engine!
And welcome back to the Green White Checker Podcast. I'm Andrew. I'm joined with Joe, Austin, and Zach.
Hello.
We just watched the duels, and we had
Literally
qualifying
just watched
yesterday.
them.
We got a little, literally like minutes.
Like watching
But,
Christopher Bell climb out of his car right now. That's
Live
how
reaction.
fresh this is.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Danny's podcast isn't going to get you this
Yeah,
live
spoiler
reaction.
for the race that just happened, Andrew. Sorry, I won't spoil it for
Hey.
anyone who's watching this. Unbelievable.
All right. So, Toyota has now won all 3 races this year. We have a Ford front row for the Daytona 500.
Mhm.
Say the new body styles are working.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Would appear so.
Yep. The Toyotas looked really good tonight. Seemed to have a lot of speed. McDowell was pretty impressive. We had a big wreck. We had Blaney hit the wall pretty hard.
I feel like that happens a lot for him at least.
He's got
It
the
does.
worst luck. I think he said it's happened the last 3 times. So he's been right reared into the wall. So it's rough for Blaney.
Yeah,
What do we
I
think
mean,
of the race tonight?
entertaining races though, all around.
Yeah.
Thought they were pretty good. I thought that I mean the Fords, I feel like that was a little thing I was concerned about. Obviously they had good speed in qualifying. It seems like obviously there was some good speed there, but it seemed like the playing field was a lot more equal there with the Toyotas running as well as they did the whole race. Obviously had McDowell run the front there for a while for some reason. Still not really sure why he felt the need to be up there, but he did.
Yeah, that was weird.
I was literally like, is there any benefit to him being
10
up here?
Points,
Do
that's
it.
it.
Well, yeah,
If
there's
you win,
there's
right?
yeah. Well, no,
Yeah, you have
it's
to
10th
win.
through first through 10th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
is
pay
it?
points.
Okay.
Yeah, 10.
For each race or like top 5
Yeah.
in each?
Each
I think each race.
Each pool gets 10, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a stage. It's like a stage payout.
I'm just like, man, like when I saw him run up there, especially when they start getting diced there in the end, I'm like, man, just drop back.
And,
Like,
and
Well,
he
there
almost,
was a point
wrecked
where
like,
he was sandwiched in with Austin Cindric behind him, and he was trying
Yeah.
to tell a spotter, tell Cindric to let me out.
yeah,
He's
okay.
Like, no.
Can I talk about that? I've never been a big Austin Cindric fan. I don't know anyone who is, but this night alone, that duel made me go from a indifferent Austin Cindric viewer to a complete Austin Cindric hater. Just everything he did that race, I'm like, you are actually a tool. Like, you're not going to let McDowell, your Ford teammate, drop back when he's desperately dying to drop back. You're not letting him. Like, huh? Like, just let him go back. And then 2, you're basically cutting below the line on your teammate to gain 1 spot. Classic fucking Cindric or Penske move to begin with. But just everything he did tonight, I'm like, okay, I'm 100% Austin Cindric hater at this point. Which, again, like I said, never been a huge fan, never been a Penske fan, but now I'm just I'm glad I have a new driver to hate because I started like Carson Hocevar, and so I'm like, I need a new driver to really
You gotta have
against
somebody to
now.
hate.
I've kind of started liking Busch again, so I'm okay. Cindric's my absolute number 1 public enemy for me this
Silver
season.
Spin 2.0, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, well,
Except
and you think
actually in a
about
fast car, it can do more damage. So
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Harrison Burton being in-house teammate, he basically did the same thing he did to freaking Ryan Blaney when he stole the 500 from
Yeah.
Blaney.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Just to hell with you guys. My daddy is president.
My daddy literally owns Penske, so
He
What do
literally get you fired.
What are we hitting the Gwitty?
Go literally fire all of you right now.
Yeah. I saw this thing. It was like this thing going around on Twitter. It was like these 2 bar graphs, right? And underneath the one, it said hype, and it was like full, and then ability, and it was like quarter full. It was like, who does this describe? And it just, I thought Austin Cindric right away
Yeah.
when I saw it. Like especially talking like road courses, because like that was what he was really hyped up to be. And it's just, I don't know,
Right.
where's he sort of been at?
Yeah. Horrible.
I remember back, I mean, he had to be a rookie in the Xfinity series. He was on some podcast and they were talking about how he had to fight his way up into the series and stuff like that, and had to do these like Trans Am races and stuff like that. It's like his dad's the president of Penske. Like, give me a break. This dude fought for nothing.
Right.
Fought my way up in fully funded rides and top tier equipment all my career. I
Yeah.
fought tooth and nail for that.
Woe is me.
It's like the politician who says, "Yeah, I came from the sticks." Meanwhile, they were son of a multi-million-dollar corporation owner. It's like, come on.
School, all that fun stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. How about I noticed Denny was blocking out there like Joey in that race. Holy
Yeah, he
hell.
was.
Why? I don't get it. It's a
Yeah, I know.
qualifying race. Like, save your car for Sunday.
These guys have
And
a
he
lot of
almost wrecked McDowell.
season, I guess.
Like, yeah, on that one, he almost he like left his, he had Bell behind him. He's like, I'm just gonna go block McDowell for no reason. Almost caused another wreck. I'm like, what the hell?
late aggressive block too. Like McDowell's lucky he got out of there like he did, because it was almost a repeat of what happened before with how Blaney got wrecked out of just not getting the lift from behind. But like honestly, I couldn't, like, as you know, per my last comments, screw Cindric. But like you couldn't really blame him for that. You know what I mean? Because it was such a late block. McDowell had to almost get on the brake to avoid it, if he didn't get on the brake to avoid him, and almost
Shout out
caused a big
to
wreck.
Brad Keselowski for actually finding the brake pedal there.
yeah, I couldn't find it before. Just classic, man. I know we had that meme in our previous iRacing league about the Penske push, and it's funny how that's actually a real thing, because it feels like Penske's always the one pushing each other into wrecks, or someone into wrecks with just not lifting. It's a hilarious theme.
Brad Keselowski not being a Penske anymore, but still has the Penske.
Right, exactly, 100%. Yeah, it carries on. It's just ridiculous.
Could you just imagine the disaster it would be if McDowell did end up wrecking in that race? Like,
I would have.
You qualify second and then destroy the car. Like, oh my god.
I was asking Andrew before you got here, like, does anybody know, are they like mandated to run every lap if they can? Like, why do they not just like run a handful of laps and just say,
I wonder if it's attrition, because I mean, think about it. Like, if that wreck would have taken more cars completely out, and you're still at least in on the lead lap, you know, at that caution, then, you know, get an easy top 10. You know what I mean? So maybe that's why they stay in. Maybe there's some rule about not being allowed to start and park.
They do have that 100% rule, don't they? That they can arbitrarily call out.
But like, say, oh, there's something off with the car. Let's not.
The valve stem broke off. We got to park it, boys.
Right. What's NASCAR going to come in and inspect and make sure it's broke? I don't think so. I mean,
probably sponsors too, to a point. But.
Yeah, true. Sponsors don't want to see a start park on their top car.
I think there is a rule, because I remember there was a huge, uproar when the two people that did qualify in the front row would just pit right off the bat and be done. And then everyone's like, well, they got 60 laps less on their engine. That's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think we've seen a couple people here and there kind of just, run half the race, then go off pace and be like, oh, my ignition's going out, and then pull in the pits and call quits. But I think they actually have to have some sort of mechanical failure to retire.
Hell, I'll put my car on a dyno for 60 laps. While you guys out there running, I'll put the car on a dyno, just let it sit there and run.
Yeah.
I don't care if that's what you're worried about.
Right.
But yeah, there's got to be some sort of rule, because I mean that's easily what I would do. If I would get a little bit of practice at the beginning, see what the car feels like in traffic, and then just park it.
Yeah, I mean, that could be it too, just getting the practice laps underneath it. But again, how much practice are they really getting running the back of the pack at half throttle,
Yeah.
I think it is interesting, because I think that it's just kind of more to comment on plate racing in general. I mean, obviously people talk all the time, oh, that's all luck, plate racing is just luck. But there are consistently drivers running at the front of these races, Denny, Joey, McDowell now, who like clearly have a knack for this style of racing. And yeah, there is some luck, but at the same time, it's luck. I mean, you see Denny, they talk about it all the time. I mean, where Denny has this, you call it a sixth sense, where like, oh, something's about to happen, I'm gonna drop back. But it's not a sixth sense. You learn to read when things are getting dicey, when people start making some moves that are going to likely result in a big
Mhm.
pile up. So you bow out and wait later in the race to actually make your run. And I think that it's interesting how, and obviously you can do everything right and still get caught up in the big one, but that's racing in general.
Yeah.
But I think that it is interesting how you can't deny that there's some kind of obviously talent that's involved with these when you see the same guys running at the front every time.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, like you said, McDowell, LaJoy is one of them. Todd Gilliland's kind of a sneaky guy that seems to be decent in super speedways.
Where'd LaJoy finish
I
up?
mean,
He was running good.
He finished.
Oh, he finished kind of back there, didn't he? Oh,
yeah, 15th.
Yeah.
So
that's a good looking car. That Chili's car. If that comes back,
that Chili's car is nice.
I love me some Chili's.
I would want it as a diecast without the QR codes.
Oh yeah, I forgot there's those QR codes on there.
Yeah. I would also like. Why do they not do before like at least like a 15-minute like shakedown, like make sure your car doesn't.
I don't know why. I don't understand why this
whatever.
Is a problem.
Yeah. Like, but if you're gonna,
you qualify at 8:15 that night. Why can't you just open up the track for an hour?
Yeah, we'll happy hour. Make sure your car doesn't blow up. Like maybe you can't make adjustments or anything unless your engine died. But like, because I just think back to like Larson at Talladega during I think COVID, where the no practice no quality
so funny.
is. I know it's Larson, but like his car blew
up
immediately. Yeah,
I in a Hendrick t-shirt has a problem with that. It's so weird.
Oh, shit.
Crazy.
Well, I heard there was I forget who it was. Someone had a problem qualifying last night. Was it Gralla? No.
I don't know.
Who was it? It was one of those cars that had to race in and they like broke. It's like, well, if you have a 30-minute
at least
hour,
do that. Let the racing guys like get out there and run some laps to make sure their cars work.
Yeah.
If you don't want to give it to the whole field, just give it to the guys that are there for just this one race, trying to race their way in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you don't have to go out for practice, so just open.
Yeah, you don't. You don't have to.
Most high cars go out, they go out.
If you're confident your car's good, then you don't have to go. It's like Indy 500 has 10 million hours of practice for their biggest race of the year. Why not for our biggest race of the year? We don't have to do as much as they do, but hey, let's do a little bit more than like nothing, basically.
Yeah.
So I noticed during the broadcast tonight that they were talking about this radiator plate. I didn't know they could change those out. I thought they were a set thing. Did you guys see that?
I did not
at all.
Yeah, I saw that.
I did. Me and Joe did miss most of the first one because we were at our bourbon club. But
I mean, I was always wondering, like, because they talk about how they trim these cars out and whatnot for qualifying, and I just always wonder, like, especially as we go further down this road of becoming more and more spec, what exactly can they do to these things anyway?
Right.
Like, you can't adjust the arrow on it. I guess that's one of them. Is you can adjust this like plate that goes into the radiator, and you can drill and do all kinds of goofy stuff to it.
Yeah, it's got a bunch of holes in it, and they got like small ones with like small holes, big holes, all that stuff. I don't know. It was interesting. It's like, oh wow, they've never talked about this before. So,
do you see Fox has a new cutaway car now too? New digital cutaway car.
Oh Lord have mercy.
Yeah, let's get into Fox real quick.
Oh gosh, they're still doing the Superman graphics. I think that was from the Clash. But that's just I sort of knew
redraws are awful. Like I think they updated Christopher Bell's, and it's tragic.
Well, the thing is, I mentioned it last because I knew a girl who still works for Fox Sports, but she was like, doing those graphics cost Fox a lot of money to do, rather than just say, "Hey, come take a picture," and boom, like NBC does. Like it's insane. They're throwing away money for what? A guy in the Halloween costume where you get the muscle shirt.
Yeah,
well, I guess it's like a whole brand aesthetic thing. Right?
Yeah, I think it's like it's a Fox wide thing. I don't think it's a Fox next.
Oh yeah, they do it for football too. Yeah.
So whoever the idiot is in charge at Fox.
Somebody in our Discord posted one, and it looked exactly like Josh Allen. It was just like wrong sport.
Yeah. I saw one of like David Reagan, and it looked like David Reagan from like fucking 2010 or something. And then Denny Hamlin has like this weird double mustache thing, looks like Zorro. It's like, what are you guys doing?
I'm like,
Yeah.
See, I think it was Denny's that looks like Josh Allen, but I can't remember.
I don't know who
man,
Josh
if a
Allen is.
racer's got a dad bod, I want to know that he's got dad bod. Like,
I
come
don't
on.
know, man. It's just like show the guys as they are. It's just
Yeah.
stupid. It just goes to like cartoony stuff, and nobody cares.
I
did
mean, then you
see.
already got Clint just lost about
Yeah.
everything. I mean, they were
He's-
showing.
Yeah.
It's just like they're showing the replay of the Blaney wreck, the big one in the second duel, and you see them get out of line, and then they're like, "Oh yeah," well then Blaney comes up and he's like, "Yeah, him and you can see this coming from a mile away because him and Blaney are getting into it." And I'm like, Blaney had very little to do with this. He's like, "Well, he side drafted him and slowed him way down." I'm like, I mean, I guess, but like that's not his he side draft. That's not his fault that he got in a wreck. And but he's like, "Yeah, Blaney." He's like said everything about Blaney, and then you can kind of tell the moment he realized, oh wait, Blaney didn't have anything to do with this, but he didn't say like, oh well, Blaney. He's like, yeah, and then he just got pushed up from behind, and it's like, yeah, because that's exactly what happened. Blaney didn't cause this, but you spent like it's like, are you watching? And if you are, how many beers deep are you at this point, Clint? Because
Dude, he's still drunk from Kansas City winning the
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
he's still hungover from that.
Yeah, it's just.
Did you hear him talking about pit stops? Like they were coming to when they were getting ready to pit under green in the second duel. He's just like, oh, they're coming this time by. Oh, not again. Oh, this time by. They're coming.
Yeah, I remember hearing that. He's like, they're gonna pit. They're gonna pit.
It's ridiculous.
I will say Harvick's a little bit better in the booth.
Like, Harvick's
kind of fresh air.
Harvick is going to be fine. Right. It's just like, can he overcome? What I'm hoping is Harvick being Harvick, because we all know Harvick is a prick who speaks his mind. So hopefully he's, being part of the broadcast team now, he's going to start giving his opinions and thoughts on things that he sees. And hopefully get Fox in a good direction. I did see somewhere on Twitter today that apparently Fox is interested in bidding for the IndyCar broadcast.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I just retweeted and said, welcome to hell, IndyCar fans.
I mean, but at the same time, good for IndyCar getting some more interest in their
broadcast. It would be good for IndyCar. Hopefully somebody will actually promote a race one of these days for IndyCar.
Maybe with some cartoon characters.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
But better than nothing, I guess.
It'd be nice to know when their other races are other than the Indy 500.
Sure.
Speaking of advertising, too, I knew nothing about this Kevin Harvick documentary until the broadcast tonight. I don't know if I'm just missing that, but
I saw a tweet or two about it, but I didn't. Really...
I've seen it in Race Hub stuff I've watched.
Yeah,
because
I think they mentioned it once at the Clash.
Yeah, that's like Fox broadcasts or or whatever, Fox and NASCAR related stuff. I've seen it. I haven't just seen advertising. Of course, then again, to be fair, I'm not just watching Fox normally either. So
I also just realized I have a co-host tonight. I just realized this bear is very evidently in the shot.
Hey, Bear, what's your hot take on NASCAR?
Yeah, what's your thoughts? Well, I think Austin Cindric's an asshole.
Yeah,
right. I agree. Great take, Bear.
Great take. Great job, buddy. Get this sock in here. Embarrassing. It's like he wasn't ready. I jumped. Jeez.
Gee whiz.
Don't even have a mic in front of him. So yeah, the racing was pretty good. Race one, a lot of side-by-side action. Zach kind of pointed out it's probably because they were saving fuel the whole time. Most likely that is the reason. I kind of expect a lot of just single file right off the bat and cruise, but double file most of it. We did almost have a pit road incident when all the Toyotas decided to come into pit road, and Martin Truex figured out there's a difference between no pit and no pit. So apparently his crew chief needs to decide and say pit, or, stay out.
Good to see them guys picking up where they left off last year, being absolute fucking trash.
Yeah.
And then after that, he stalled it in pit lane because his car ran out of gas. Like, Jesus, dude. The 19 team.
Yeah.
A lot of work. A lot of work to be done there. Seems like
when they're on, they're on. But I mean, they're just so bad right now.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's just a small hiccup. We'll see. I don't know. I'm sort of indifferent to Martin for some reason. I always have been.
Yeah, not a lot. Not a lot to root for there. I feel like. I mean, great. Good driver, whatever. But talk about a personality-less Plank.
I feel like he was one of the first that came into the series with just that blank personality, and then it's
Yeah.
kind of just built on since. I know back in the day, he raced a lot of, NASCAR racing 2003, stuff like that. He's decent on there, but I don't know if it's just a PR thing or what. Just, I'm not a big fan.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like it doesn't fit that
so
the JGR camp. 'Cause I feel like JGR normally does have some bigger personalities, and then you got him who's just kind of Hendrick mindset with him,
Yeah.
Alex says Joe would be wearing that shirt, and he would be. Of course he would.
Yep. Yeah, we already made fun of him once for it when he brought up the Kyle Larson Talladega deal last year.
There's absolutely no bias coming from Joe. I don't know what would make you think that there's a Hendrick bias on any of his opinions, but there certainly is not.
No. Couldn't be the exclusively Hendrick diecast behind him. That couldn't be it.
Huh?
And the Kyle Busch, his other favorite driver.
What?
Huge Kyle Busch fan. Huge.
Hendrick Motorsports driver Kyle Busch. Thank you.
Yeah. Sure.
So race 1, Jimmy Johnson just had to beat JJ Yaley. Doing really, really good. A couple things happened. Yeah, then it wasn't. There was a big checkup. Who was it? Hemrick ended up spinning, hitting the wall. Jimmy, Austin Dillon spun out. And then it was a race at the end. And I mean, Yaley just, I don't know if he made a mistake or what the deal was, but he went high. Jimmy just went right by him.
There was a checkup in the in the top lane, for whatever they were doing for the lead, and I guess he just thought he'd try to leapfrog Ross. I think was in front of him. Whoever was in front of him, I'm pretty sure it was Ross. He just decided, I guess, maybe try to take it to the outside and pass Ross, but then he lost all momentum. So Jimmy just went in underneath him, and Bubba was there behind him pushing. Or no, it wasn't Bubba. Who was it?
Bubba? Yeah, Bubba was dual too.
Oh, who the hell was it? Martin.
Yeah.
Truex behind him. I don't know why I was saying Bubba, but Truex was behind Jimmy and just pushed him through that middle lane and got by JJ. So good to see. I was happy to see Jimmy make it. I wanted Jimmy to make it.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, he was running top 5 that whole race, and then just had some issues, fell back, and then it was got involved in the accident. It was a shit show, honestly. But yeah, he makes it in. That's cool. Race 2, we were all rooting for BJ McLeod over here. I don't know about you, Austin.
I was on the fence. I mean, I wanted obviously Kaz to get in because front row, but I was like, if it's not going to be, I was cheering for BJ until I realized Kaz was in it. I'm like, oh crap, I don't know. But I think, seeing anytime you see a sponsorless guy make it in, it's kind of cool to see that kind of stuff. So I was secondarily rooting. I wouldn't have been upset if he got in over Kaz, but I was slightly cheering for Kaz over him. But yeah, it was a good battle there at the end. Fighting for last place, but that was good. And yes, Alex the Bear, you missed it earlier, but he's already given some opinions here. But he's definitely a co-host now. The Teddy Bear is part of the team.
Our 5th man.
BJ was running top 3 at one point. We thought McDowell might get him up to the lead. Didn't happen, but that wreck, the Blaney wreck's what screwed him, because who was it? Who was the other car? It was David Reagan and Garala they weren't in the pack. BJ just had to finish, and then the wreck happens and bunches everybody up, and it sucks. But yeah, Garala makes it in. Reagan was in on speed, so it is what it is.
Yeah, I will say this: the Fords are slightly growing on me. I didn't hate them as much seeing them on track in the pack. For whatever reason, I'm like, okay, that's not quite as bad as I originally felt.
I feel like the Mustang logo on the grill needs to be more like visible though. Because doesn't the actual like street car isn't it like kind of like a glow white in the dark or something like that? A white glow in the dark? I don't know.
I wasn't even paid. I didn't even notice that. I was more thinking about like the mascara, eyeliner, eyeshadow.
I still don't like the mascara. They look like Chargers, I think.
Yeah, they kind of do.
Especially the white ones.
I mean, I think they'd still look better without it, but I think that it still looks fine. Like it's grown on me a little bit.
That Dale Jarrett scheme I made for you. Turn you around.
Yeah.
I'm running that.
I've
sometime this
180'd
week.
on the Toyotas. Like, I don't know. I like the Toyotas now. I
Toyotas
hated
look
them when
good.
they
Yeah,
first came
those
out.
look mean.
Those definitely
Yeah.
have grown on me a lot.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, they just made a couple tweaks and it just instantly improves it. Improves the
Yeah.
design.
True.
They connected those headlights and it just makes it look so much better.
It does. And it's so weird that one little thing could make it look that much better, but it does.
Sometimes it's all it takes.
And I mean, they're showing speed. I'm interested to see how they do on just the intermediates and that where, the draft isn't everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's sort of why Ford built their car the way they did, and we'll see if that works out for them with those chiseled shoulders that's got on the fenders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think Fords are going to be really quick at the intermediates.
we'll find out. Heck, even
What's
Atlanta,
next?
but they'd be
Phoenix,
quick.
right?
No, Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Is it Atlanta?
Yeah.
Wahoo.
I bet they'll be good at Atlanta too because that's kind of more handling since it's such a tighter radius.
Yeah, true.
And they
It'll be interesting.
get a little tight. There's a little tire wear there. Track gets slick. So I think you might see some fruits from that at Atlanta.
Who won Atlanta last year?
I don't know.
I don't either. Can't remember.
Someone.
I know Chase.
Byron
and
won
Bennett
one of
won
them.
all there.
Yeah, Byron won one of them, and then
One of them was rain shortened. So I think that was the second one. I don't remember who won the first one.
Okay.
Keselowski? No, he didn't win.
I'm looking it up.
I was
Right
going to say he didn't get it. Was it
Did he win
Busher?
last year?
No.
Joey won the March
Joey.
race.
of course.
Keselowski finished second. He had to have finished. Like I just remember Keselowski being there.
Willie B won the July race. Second place for Brad was second.
There we go.
Yeah, in the first race.
What do you guys feel about Brad this year? Think he's going to get a couple wins? At least
I
one?
think I'll get one. Yeah,
Oh, we'll find out.
I can see it.
Oh, good opinion there, Zach.
Zach.
What do you think, guys? We'll have to wait and see.
I'll give my opinion after the season.
Yeah,
I'll let you know.
see him
after
win
he
a
gets-
couple. We'll see if he's got it in him.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to say just because Fords were off. Busher was good. This new car, I think Fords will be fast, but there's a lot of Ford drivers, so I don't know. I can go back and forth on it. I could say he wins. I could say he doesn't. I could argue with myself all day about it. So I honestly don't know. We'll just have to see.
Okay.
We will.
We will. We'll just
Yeah,
have to see. I don't know.
Imagine if that's how we did our podcast. Every question.
I don't know,
What's your
maybe.
bold prediction for this year? Oh,
It's just like
no.
Joe answering every question.
What? No.
I don't know. Brad's probably
Well,
one of the
Chase
guys
Elliott's
that's
pretty
hard
good,
to
and then we give him
figure
shit. Well, he's not that good.
out. Brad's just the guy that's hard for me to figure out. So I don't know.
So we talked about Ford. I think we have to talk about FRM going to a tier 1 Ford program here.
You did it. You did it,
Dude.
Drake.
Yeah.
That's
The
huge.
long-standing fandom is paying off finally.
And Penske drivers will still fuck them.
Yep, they
Yeah.
will. They'll still leave them out to
100%.
dry, not draft with them, force them out. I mean, they do that to their own, in-house
Yeah.
teammates, let alone their Ford teammates. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a mess, man. I mean, I get it, race for yourself, but they're just on a whole nother level of racing for yourself. Anyway, pumped to see them go to tier 1. Hopefully, because it's like still like they're looking at it. It's not official, right?
Apparently it is. I think
Well,
they
it
announced,
was.
heck yeah.
I think they announced today that they're basically a Penske team, aren't they?
Yeah, they're Penske affiliate. Yeah.
Pretty sick. I mean, like seeing them, it's been a long road because going from I feel like all their first wins were a little bit cheated into, like the range, the fog shortened race that I think
Not
Busher
that one where they
won.
finished 1-2. Who was that? That was like 13 or something like that.
Yeah, that was Dega, I think.
Yeah, it was Dega. I
Um,
forget who got. They fucking
That
got
was
that one.
I
I think that was Reagan. Was that David Reagan in there?
think it was Reagan. And then I think
It was.
Busher was the one who got the fog shortened race.
Yeah. Busher was fog at Pocono.
And then McDowell felt like their first legitimate win. Like, obviously,
Thanks, Joey.
two guys wrecking in front of you, but it wasn't anything. I don't know. The 1-2 win, the Reagan win was pretty legit, but that one felt even that felt kind of like, they kind of, just kind of there at the end. McDowell felt like he was there all race and everything. And his, win after that, it just felt like they've worked their way up from being kind of like, oh, maybe we'll luck ourselves into a win, to like, okay, now we're actually like competing for wins. And now we're a tier 1 affiliate. I think that's like, I'm super excited to see where they'll go with that. Cause I mean, they've been doing great with the affiliate level they've had, the tiering level they've had, like the progress we've seen from them pretty much, I feel like, since McDowell's 500 win, seeing the progress they've made. So now I'm just pumped to see how much more they're able to get out of that team. I think, also just good decisions along the way too, going from a 3-car full-time to a 2-car team. I think that's helped a lot, kind of consolidate their funding to make themselves more competitive and get them to this. Like, I think if they were still a 3-car, like full-time 3-car team, I don't think they'd be here. So just kind of seeing the progress has been super fun. And I'm pumped to see kind of what happens for this tier 1 status.
So did John Hunter Nemechek ultimately make a step forward or step backwards?
At this point, back. I mean,
Because
where is
you
it?
figure it's kind of funny that they did this now, right? Because this is his first year in Cup.
Yeah.
So, he gets out of them, does the truck thing and Xfinity thing, and finally gets back to Cup. Last year, you'd say this is probably a step up getting with Legacy, but now, given this news,
because where's John Hunter again?
Legacy.
Yeah. So, I mean, if anything, you'd maybe call, before this tier 1 sets, you'd maybe call a lateral move, but now it's like, dang. I mean, up until this point, I've been like, yeah, JH made the right decision.
But isn't Legacy a Toyota tier 1?
I don't know how Toyota does
They
things. I know they
apparently
don't
they
work
said they
with
didn't
Joe
want
Gibbs.
it. Yeah.
Like, they don't want to be aligned with Joe Gibbs Racing. Like,
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't mean they're not like a tier 1. Like, I don't know how
Right.
Toyota does it. It doesn't mean they don't have like all the data and all that stuff, but they just are sort of independent from JGR.
Yeah. So I think that up until this point, I've said, great. Even as an FRM fan, saying, hey, great decision by JH. Move down to a top tier truck team, work your way up, try to get a better seat when you get back up to Cup. But now it's like, if you stuck it out, kind of where would you be now? So I don't know. I don't think he's
held on to him over that time. Or do you think?
I mean, who, like, he was out driving that car. I felt like he was always outperforming the equipment whenever he was in that car. I think, I don't know if they would have been able to hold on to him. They would have done what they could to hold on to him. But I don't know if. But also, like, if he was really being that sought after, why would he go down to trucks? You know what I mean? You're getting top tier truck, but still, if you're that sought after, I don't know. I think they would have tried to hold on to him. I think there's also like affiliations there that would have kept him on that team anyway, like family ties and stuff. Because Front Row Joe, but
it's me.
Yeah, exactly. But just different ties there. He would have stayed, but. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not, but I don't know. I don't think he's necessarily regretting anything. Maybe he's kicking himself a little bit, but I think that would have been a long road for him to hold on that long just to then end up as a tier 1. It's like, why am I going to sit here at this team whenever I could go and start winning truck races? So I don't know.
Yeah. I think that's the main thing is he went down. He was winning races, got his confidence up. He's not riding in the back of a Cup race every week, struggling to finish 30th, we don't know where Legacy's at, obviously, but it's the first year, and Toyota, we saw what they were at Chevy, and it was not good. So, I mean, we're gonna find out if it was a good move or not. I just think, and we said it last year, FRM's on the way up, and it seems like teams like Legacy are on the way down, SHR on the way down. So, I don't know.
Yeah, if you would have told me, 5, 6, 7 years ago that Front Row is going to be essentially steps above Stuart Haas.
Can you say Legacy's on their way down now? I don't know if I'd say that.
I mean
they got
last year I would, but now that they switched, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, last year was kind of like a lame duck.
Wait and find out.
I feel like last year was a lame duck.
I mean, last year after they announced that they were leaving Chevy, they were running really well.
Yeah.
And then the year before that, they got their
hold on
at Darlington. So I don't know if I'd say they're on their way down.
I mean, that wasn't Legacy the year before, but
no, it was the same teams.
It's not. Yeah, it's not that they started doing better when they announced they were going to Toyota. It's that Austin and Joe interviewed one of their pit crew members, and they got
That's
better.
Yeah, we did do
So,
It
yeah,
happened. It's your
I mean,
story.
It's on
just
YouTube.
that green white.
Be sure to check out that video. Check out that interview with Adam Riley. Great interview.
that. Oh yeah.
Speaking
Make
of
sure to like, follow, subscribe, also,
also true.
or give us a rating. That definitely helps us.
Leave a comment.
But
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
Well,
FRM.
give us a rating if it's going to be a 5-star rating. Let's be
Absolutely.
honest.
If it's gonna
Yeah,
be anything
5
else,
star.
don't do it.
If it's
Then you'll
anything
have-
below,
Then you'll have the right to do the 5-second game. Sorry,
that's yeah. Southern Spirits core.
That's a bourbon joke that 2 of us here get.
Yeah, me and Joe, big bourbon guys. Joe, are you sipping on anything? Speaking of bourbon, what are you sipping on?
And nice barrel aged water.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's great, straight from my fridge.
sipping on Southern Star Paragon barrel pick from Charlotte
Nice.
Bourbon Society. So integrate some bourbon into the podcast.
There we go.
These groups.
I'm just drinking water. I'm like Zach. I'm starting to feel a little under the weather. So
Yeah.
You know
getting
what's
that
good for killing germs?
late winter cold.
Yeah,
I got
bourbon
yelled
frozen.
at by the girlfriend
Strong
last
alcohol.
time I drank when I wasn't feeling well. So
Yeah, I do too. Every time
Yeah.
I do that, my girlfriend also yells at me, and Lindsay really doesn't like that. So.
Your girlfriend? Oh.
Yeah, that's the joke.
I was like,
Joe.
There you go, Joe.
There it is. Welcome, welcome, Joe. You sure that's water in there, Joe?
Is it not vodka? Oh, whoops.
Down the hatch.
alcohol clears all the bad stuff out of the insides.
Yeah.
Should be able to drink when it's sick. But all right. So anything else to add to the dual races? I mean, honestly, like I said,
Not
dual
really.
racing had a
No.
couple incidents, but nothing. I mean,
I'll say the
besides for
Fox
anyone nothing major.
broadcast wasn't that bad. I don't think. Aside from Clint being Clint.
The first race, so many bumper cams, so many. At least
I
for the
wasn't paying
first half of it, and it was driving me nuts. And then it would be like the backstretch camera zoomed in on Larson, like really far, and it was just like, okay, Fox is being Fox. But actually, after the pit stops, it got better. I was like, okay, cool. And the second race, it seemed like it was better also. So
There was one cool thing that I thought, I was like, okay, maybe production's actually paying attention now because, what was it? It was they were talking about Toyotas or something like that, and Kevin Harvick was saying something about the 2 Toyotas. I think it was the second race, and he was saying about how Bubba and Bell were up front, and Hamlin and Jones were in the back or whatever. And like as he's talking, the 2 Toyotas highlighted on the scoreboard. Like, that's a nice little touch. Somebody in production is actually paying attention to what they're saying in broadcast. So
yeah,
there was just a couple little things like that that sort of stuck out to me. That I was like, okay, maybe we are going to go up at some point. Maybe things are going to get a little better.
Yeah.
So one of the things. Oh, go ahead.
No, you got it.
Okay, so when the cars started rolling from pit road, they were doing like the driver rundown, talking about position where everybody was, and they got to Priest, and they're like, "Oh yeah, Priest had this big accident," and then they show his, I think it was Talladega accident where he hit T-Bone Larson, and she's like, "Oh, he rolled multiple times." It's like not the right track, not the right.
Well,
track.
we're not going to fix everything overnight.
Yeah, but I was like.
The only
off there.
real camera flub I felt like I saw was, and it's kind of minor, but also you're on a top tier sport production, kind of figure this out. But someone had lost the draft. It might have been Kaz, but they were like trying to get a shot to like show how far back he was. Then suddenly realized they couldn't zoom out far enough. So instead of kind of like fixing it and then kind of like zooming in on the other car, whatever, they just kind of like wiggled it back to the front of the pack. Still it was very awkward. It felt like a move that you would do while not on the live shot. But instead they were just it seemed like the cameraman kind of panics. Oh wait. And it just kind of speaks, I'm not a camera guy, but it's like, to me it feels like still just, the classic. This is for their new camera guys who this is their first step to then get to the great NFL and, obviously bigger viewership.
Baseball starts in a month.
Yeah. So they're working their way up to the big show. And so it's just kind of the inexperience showing a little bit there where it's like, instead of like, oh, let me just kind of still smoothly fix this. It's like, oh, I'm panicking. Let me just flip to the front of the pack. And again, it's just a nitpicky thing, I guess, but it's just, if that's my biggest complaint for that, if that and Clint are my biggest complaints for the broadcast, then, good for Fox. But yeah, that was my only complaint really.
Old Clint.
Oh, Clint. What a guy. Couldn't drive a car, can't broadcast. What's he good for?
All right, so let's see. Next race, ARCA race.
Woo.
They 50
Our next
entries.
real race, truck race.
Yeah,
No, Xfinity. When's
yeah.
ARCA?
Yeah, never mind. You're right.
ARCA race is I think tomorrow. I could
Yeah,
be wrong. It might be trucks tomorrow.
Oh, well, Trucks is tomorrow.
But
I meant like
yeah,
win
trucks
during
is
the
tomorrow
day.
night.
I will pull up the schedule.
But 50 entries for ARCA, that's a lot.
That's quite
They're
a
going to
few.
have at least, I think it's 10 go home, which for an ARCA field, that's impressive to me. I'm just saying,
let 'em
like,
all
with what
race.
we've been
What's
getting
it
the last
matter?
couple of years. Dude, could you imagine 50 ARCA drivers? Like, they can't race with 20, but let's throw 50 out
Well,
there.
they can't race with 20 with only 10 of them actually being competitive, if that.
Yeah.
Let alone
Yeah.
50 with 25.
That's what I
of them
mean.
being competitive.
50, you'll have like a bunch of different packs going on. It'll be cool. It'll be like a multi-class race.
Hey, there we go.
You're not wrong. I mean, I still would love to see that multi-class NASCAR race where you have trucks, Xfinity, and Cup out there at the
We
same
did it.
time.
We did it once on iRacing.
That's right.
Remember that?
Yeah. I feel like I've seen a few sessions for that in the past, but I feel
I think there's a league that does it somewhere.
yeah, I remember seeing that. Like
Really?
back when
I
they were
might be
looking
in
for a
on
new
that.
I
league.
think so. I don't know if they still do it, but I remember hearing about a league that ran. They ran multi-class. They're in A, B, and C.
Yeah.
One race or something.
Wait, totally wrong. Sorry to sidetrack. I got the Bob schedule. So ARCA and
Damn
truck,
schedule.
ARCA and truck practice today. Nothing tomorrow. ARCA and trucks qualify Friday, but ARCA races on Saturday at 1:47
Wait, you
p.m.
just said nothing tomorrow, but
Nothing tomorrow. Wait, tomorrow's
Trucks
Friday.
tomorrow.
Fuck.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Am I drunk?
yes, I said that
Yeah,
before we
we
think
started.
we are, yeah.
So trucks race tomorrow. ARCA races Saturday, but the weather is going to suck all weekend. So ARCA's probably not racing on Saturday.
Okay, so a couple of names in the ARCA race to watch. Marco Andretti,
Ooh, yeah, that'll be good.
Famed
SVG.
F1 reject family.
Yeah.
SVG's
That's kind of all I got. Honestly.
and what's
SVG's running it.
Oh, heck
Is
yeah.
in what's his face? The actor
Frankie?
Muniz? Yeah, he's still
Frankie
running.
Muniz.
Frankie Muniz.
He went to Xfinity.
I think he's got some Xfinity starts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
I
good.
think he's full time with Alpha
Full
Prime.
time.
Prime.
No,
Oh, good for him.
or no, it might be SS Greenlight. Now that I think about it, but I mean, it's better than Alpha Prime, I think.
Oh, that's
But,
cool.
Yeah,
Frankie.
be interested to see how SVG and Marco do. A little out of their wheelhouse there.
Yeah.
Pun intended or what?
Yeah. But then we got the truck race tomorrow night. Obviously, I think Joe said that.
Truck
I don't
race is
know. He
tomorrow,
confused
yes.
the fuck out of me.
Don't believe it.
Trucks is tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Trucks is tomorrow. Gosh.
If you're
All right,
listening
they
to this,
got
it might
4
be
trucks
today or it
going
might be
on.
yesterday. I don't know, but
Yeah.
Friday evening.
You know what?
Trucks.
It's already
Friday
happened.
evening. And it's not supposed to rain tomorrow. So trucks will race for
We
sure.
might get a racing.
Might get
Yeah.
a racing.
So truck race tomorrow. A couple trucks go home. I don't know. Nothing really to watch there for me. Lane Riggs coming into the series full time. Kind of excited for that.
I don't
think
think
I
I have
don't know.
anybody in trucks I'm interested in.
I'll say this: next time I go to the 500, I'm gonna plan to be there until like Tuesday at the earliest because
Yeah.
I'm not. Last time when me and Joe went last time,
Oh gosh.
we caught what 2 laps of the race before it started raining.
Yep.
Great time,
Whoa.
great experience because we got that special paddock area.
Mhm.
But still, it
Yeah,
sucked.
and
It
it
sucked
rained
to watch.
immediately.
I mean, the trucks and Xfinity were cool, but it sucked to watch hardly any of the actual 500. So, with this being a common theme,
The weather's so, like we were talking about before we started, like it's so random. Daytona weather is pure random number generator because like every day I check it, it's wildly different. Like I've checked it a couple days ago. It was expected to rain like 80% chance of rain pretty much all day until like 10 o'clock. And I'll check
That's
it the
Florida
next
weather,
day.
man. That's
And
just
the
Florida
next
weather.
day it stops at 1 and it's fine. And it's just, it keeps going all over the place. So we're not going to know until Sunday.
Yeah.
Boys, we got somebody to root for in the truck race.
Who?
In the number 7 truck, Corey LaJoy.
Let's go.
Is Ty
So-
Majeski still running? He's still running for Thor, isn't he?
Yeah. Yep.
There you go.
He's still
Number
running.
2 Corey LaJoy fan podcast.
Yep. Raja's going to be in the 71 HendrickCars.com truck. So
Oh yeah, isn't that that's
Good
full
for
time
Raja.
ride, right?
I don't
think-
know. I actually haven't.
I thought it was.
I haven't seen any announcements on it. If
Maybe-
it
no,
is a
maybe
full-time
not.
Hendrick ride, that's awesome.
Oh no, but
I know he was
Hendrick's not
doing
doing
some,
full-time
like-
trucks. No, I'm silly.
No, he did some part-time Xfinity for him last year, or at least attempted to. I think it got rained out, but yeah. Other than that, I mean, there's a lot of new names.
Yeah, it'll be
But-
great. Great to watch.
It'll be interesting. Lane Riggs is my championship choice here in the 38, but Xfinity. We got 44 cars on the entry list. When's qualifying for Xfinity, Joe? Do you know that one?
It is. I got it officially. Okay.
March 30th.
Okay. Xfinity qualifying is Saturday at 11:30 a.m.
Someone want
Oof.
to fact check that for us real quick, Colin?
and they got practice tomorrow.
Yeah, practice tomorrow. Okay.
We think Natalie Decker's a DNQ.
Yes.
I think she'll make it in. I
You think
was
so?
going to bring up Tony Bradinger is racing trucks full time now.
Number 1 followed
Um,
account. Number 1 followed NASCAR driver.
Yeah,
I
I
wonder
wonder
why.
why that is.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Can't figure it out.
Weird
Her and
driving
Haley
skill.
Deegan. Oh boy.
Weird.
Surprised Natalie Decker
So
was
weird.
on that list.
Wonder if she still lifts for the turns at Daytona.
Definitely don't have
Oh,
a bunch
God.
of creepy
Was that
dudes
her?
out in the sponsor.
That
That
was
was her.
Jennifer.
That was
I
her
thought-
at ARCA.
Didn't
Yep.
Joe Cobb do that at Talladega? Jennifer.
I don't
I
think
thought
she
she-
even
I
raced.
thought
I
she
thought
did.
that one.
I thought they denied her credentials or something.
Or it was
Yeah.
the year or two before that. I thought she did some dumb shit like that.
No, I don't know.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, that was fun.
Suarez is racing Xfinity. Chandler Smith's in the 81. That's interesting to me. Junior Motorsports 81. Or no, Joe Gibbs Racing, I mean. Not Junior,
Yeah.
goddamn. I don't know. The mix up of like drivers switching up in Xfinity is crazy to me because you
I
have
think I'm
what
cheering
Sammy
for
Smith,
Sheldon Creed this year. That's gonna be my guy this year.
Sheldon Creed.
Think
Yeah.
so?
Uh huh.
I love Sheldon.
You love Sheldon. Jesse Love.
That the bear?
Yeah.
What kind of bear did
so.
you get?
I don't know.
Is that the
You
CIA?
get that from, you didn't get that from the government, did you? Is that a
CIA's
government?
listening in on you.
That's what I'm gonna start doing. The bear's name is actually Alexa. Alexa, what's your prediction for the Daytona 500 winner?
Sorry, I don't know that one.
I'm not even on this podcast. if you wanna
Wow.
know that. Jeez, what a waste. Yeah,
But yeah, so Xfinity got a couple rookies, but I don't know. Yeah, Jesse Love's my pick, man. I
yeah, I
think he's
forgot
gonna
about
be
Jesse.
exciting to watch. Yeah. We got some news on that, possibly. So stay tuned.
Wink.
But no, the Sammy Smith going to JRM, and then you got Jesse Love going to the 2 car, then you got Sheldon Creed going to the, what is he running, the 20 or the 18? 18. It's just, I don't know, little mix up there. Everybody moving around, taking everybody's seat. I think they're all good young drivers, so
we shall
they'll
see.
make it to the Cup eventually.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to mention on any of these races? The weather?
apart from McDowell clearly going to be the winner, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's my betting bet. Is Michael
Hey,
McDowell. to win.
And we're gonna be able to legally do that in a few weeks here. So
That's right. Can make our accounts in a week and a couple days, or a week and 1 day.
use my
2 weeks and
promo,
1 day. I mean,
use my FanDuel promo code so we can all
Yeah.
get free stuff.
We need to get a green white checker promo code.
Are we gonna do a
Man.
500 prediction? Who's winning?
Ooh,
We do that.
I mean, my long shot bet is McDowell. I mean, he's running good. I
That's
think
fine.
that. I mean, he's
Yeah.
clearly talented at these plate tracks. I think that's my bet. Obviously, a little biased, but that's my bet.
How about you, Zach? Who you got?
This is going to be purely because I just want it to happen. Kyle Busch.
No bias on this
Joe?
podcast.
None at all.
Yeah.
Chase Elliott, let me guess.
It's
Yeah,
full fandom.
unbiased. Chase gets one. We'll send it. You know, Hendrick hasn't won one in a while, so let's do it this
I
year.
have been on the Eric Jones bandwagon for a little while. I think those Toyotas are going to be fast, and I think he's going to pull it out. And he showed some speed tonight, but I will say McDowell looked fast. Like
He
that
did.
car was strong.
Car was moving.
Probably could have
So,
won that.
I
I
mean-
mean, didn't back out.
I think he would have got wrecked if he didn't back out.
Yeah,
It was getting
sure.
real dicey up there at the front, there at the end.
For what it's worth,
I-
Chat GPT is picking Denny Hamlin. I just asked it.
There you go.
The teddy bear clearly didn't have an answer. Otherwise, I'd ask them. But
You mean the
Uh-uh.
government?
yeah, the government drone. Side note: this is very unrelated, but also motorsport news. Thank God we do not have any teams with names like Visa Cash App RBF1 team.
I know. Gosh.
What
I do
kind
like
of
their car though.
their car looks great?
Yeah,
Yeah,
got
that
it.
looks good.
That team has changed names. It's still Toro Rosso to me.
But remember,
yeah.
Andretti has no
Yeah.
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 the name
Sort of-
recognition or something
But
like
they-
that.
name recognition wouldn't bring any value into the sport at all.
But
And then,
that
like,
Thanks, we don't have
that-
like American Express, Sasquatch soap,
Dunkin' Donuts.
Hendrick, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
a
Like,
bunch of random letters,
yeah, it's just
random
it's,
words.
it's insane to me how that it's just,
Well,
it's just the worst name ever for
and
a team.
one-
Visa
one
Cash App
more-
Red Bull.
One more thought on that whole Andretti thing. I think it came out after we recorded last week, but the new Haas guy, team principal or whatever, he's like, yeah, we're gonna show up the Bahrain. We're not gonna be competitive, and that's why they told Andretti to go bug off. I'm like, hello,
Yeah.
like I know they're gonna be a new team, but they would, I think, be better than Haas right away. I don't think that's a stretch to say
Yeah.
that.
Speaking of which,
Probably run a
Horner's
couple golf
apparently
carts
fine.
better enough.
Apparently that was all hoopla.
Oh, was it? I haven't really seen anything
Was it?
about that.
No,
I
way.
saw that he
You
was
didn't put
stepping
stuff
down,
up
though.
portion?
I don't think that's true because I literally saw a post from ESPN today saying Horner's position secure.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
there you go.
I mean, I saw that
Yeah, I
too,
saw
that he was
something.
stepping down, but that's the same day they were like, he's been asked to step down. And it wasn't, I don't think it was from a credible source.
That's
Yeah, I
probably-
saw a lot
Yeah,
of that
I
where
saw
they're
something.
like, he should step down. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, that's talking F1.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's talking F1.
Waste of time.
that's the most exciting thing that's going to happen to F1 this year. Dick pics. I got nothing really on the races. I got a couple betting things, but anybody
Yeah, I got good here.
weather? We're just worried about the
Weather-
weather Saturday, Sunday.
Weather
That's
is
about
going to
it.
be.
Yeah, hopefully
not
the race
good.
happens.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Late start
Yeah.
on Sunday, possibly.
From what the latest model looks like, yeah, it looks like probably get a late start, but after that, we should be fine to get the whole thing in. That's what it seems like. It looks like
Yeah.
it's clear the rest of the night. After, I don't know, last thing I saw was like 3 p.m. was when it dropped to like 0% chance. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we get in. I there's nothing I want less than a Monday Daytona 500.
That's
I
the worst.
know. It really
It's
is.
so
is.
bad.
Put it in a dome. Put a dome over Daytona.
I've always
Too
wondered
bad.
like
That'd
if you
be
could put like tarps that come out from underneath like the safer barrier over the track.
Yeah.
Like maybe just like not even in the corners, because the corners the water would roll off, but like the flat spots or wherever it like likes to gather or get wet. I always wondered if you could put like tarps there or something like that just to keep it dry.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
don't know if it would work or not.
Yeah.
I mean, they do it for baseball fields, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
True.
It's always like something to not necessarily keep the track dry, but
Make
accelerate.
it less dry. Yeah.
Make it, yeah, just
More dry.
Or make it
actually.
make it less wet. Yeah. There. That's
yeah,
what I was looking
something
for.
you could do
Yeah.
to cut down the drying time.
I think it's hard because you still are going to get water leaking in from like, the holes in the safer
Oh yeah, you'll
barrier,
get
the-
water in there, but
Yeah.
it wouldn't get like drenched, is what
Yeah.
I was thinking. But I don't know. Apparently,
Yeah, but then it's like, how
sometimes
much money are
above
you
that.
investing in that?
I don't know.
But, getting extendable tarps that are going to save you like 30
Fucking
minutes.
Walmart and get a couple tarps. You'd be fine.
Do a couple tents. They got them on clearance. Just get
Yeah.
400 tents to line them up around the track.
Yeah, just put a bunch of those canopies all around the track, and we never even have to stop.
Just pitch it to NASCAR. We'll call it the Biggles barrier, and
There
It
you
might
go.
take just as long to
a bill in
collapse.
there.
It might just take just as long to collapse all those tents as it will to actually drive the track, though. So
Oh, you better
True.
pay me. You better give me some fucking health insurance too, because I am not fucking clipping my fingers in the middle of those. You ever get your fingers caught in that like contracting
yeah.
thing? Oh,
Oh,
my
yeah.
god, it
Uh-huh.
hurts like hell.
Yep.
Or like there's little buttons you have to push to get like the pole out. You have to push that button in. I always get my
Yep.
like finger pinched in that. Ugh.
always. Yeah.
Better pay
I
me
always get
hazard
the
pay.
ones that have the little plastic piece on it to push it in for me, so I don't have to use.
Oh, that's
Oh
gross.
yeah, those are nice. Looks.
All
Yeah, I
right.
guess that's about all we got on the races.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to throw some bets out. We're going to go for truck champions. Go Nick Sanchez plus 11,000 or 1,100. My bad. And then Lane Riggs plus 1,600. Really like him. Like I said, I was excited to see him coming to trucks this year. Xfinity, Jesse Love plus 3,500. And Josh Williams plus 25,000. So I put $20 down on this to win $5,000. Why the fuck not? Like,
Yeah.
he's in a colleague car. Obviously, colleague isn't what they were 2 and 3 years ago. It's still a decent ride, and he can easily make the playoffs. And we all know what happens there. We got Hemrick being a champion, you know? So 25,000. Do it. Somebody put that bet in. And then for Cup, Michael McDowell plus 20,000. This man made it last year into the championship, not into the championship race, but into the playoffs. He made it to the round of 12. Like, come on. Plus 20,000. Why not? Put that bet in. As far as Daytona 500 bets, I got nothing. I'm really kind of just hating the odds, waiting to see what happens. Maybe throw some live bets in there. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. I'll post them. No head-to-heads. Don't do head-to-heads on plate tracks. Just don't. Just Venmo me your money instead.
Better use of it. Better than just throwing it away like that.
Yeah. And then some DFS tips for Daytona. You want to go for guys that start in the back, and you want guys that are going to have low ownership. So I can tell you right now, Ryan Blaney is going to have very high ownership. Stay away from Ryan Blaney. Go with guys like Todd Gilliland. I don't know where he starts. I'd have to look. Daniel Hemrick. He's going to start in the final row. You know, Ricky Stenhouse, something like that. Hell, even Austin Dillon. He might have some high ownership, but
LaJoy will be back there, right? Because he didn't finish well in the duel.
He'll start about 30th, so
29th
or 30th, whatever it is. So I mean, still that's plenty far back. All my picks I can pretty much guarantee are going to be from 30th to where do we start? 38 cars.
Yeah.
So I mean, it just makes sense at plate tracks like this. We all know what it is. Everybody's gonna roll of the dice, right? You're gonna get caught up in a wreck. You're gonna have rain take out the first half of the field and have Rick Ware finish top 10. You know, stupid shit happens.
Always happens.
So, follow me for bets this weekend. They're gonna happen, just not right now. Just outrights.
Speaking of Rick Ware, I think that Justin Haley car was looking pretty good.
Yeah,
dude.
I think that car
2
was
weeks
really
in a row. The paint scheme, the
I
flat
just mean
black.
the paint scheme. Yeah, I just mean the car, and I mean it was fast, and I think the car looks good too.
Yeah, I agree. I like the looks of it, but
it was the flat black with whatever like those gold wheels were. I'm a sucker for gold wheels. I love them.
Yep. But he was fast again. I mean,
he was
the Clash. He was fast, and
he
was
blow
fast.
This time.
Yeah. Where did he finish? Anybody know?
Did he get caught up in that wreck? I don't even know.
I think he did, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. 10th. So start on 20th, which again, it's Daytona. It doesn't matter where you start. So on that, I got nothing else.
No,
anybody
for me.
Final thoughts?
Go NASCAR. Glad it's back.
Yeah, it was cool to see cars on track like that again. So got me pumped for Sunday. Hopefully,
we are racing again.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I was ready for the season to be back. Like I mentioned, it's nice to get a break a little bit, but that confirmed. Like, okay, yeah, I'm pumped. We're back. Let's go.
We're excited.
Everybody excited for Daytona and iRacing?
Oh
We've
yeah.
all done. Well, a couple
Yeah.
of us have done some races.
Yeah,
I'm
I
ready.
just shout out to Brandon who's doing one right now. He's doing a 500. I think.
How many laps down is he right now?
Oh,
He's
God.
7 last time I checked.
Was he? I don't know.
He got in a wreck.
Oh,
I'll pull it up right now.
retire. Just retire.
Hey, I don't.
He is.
What are you
He is the
doing?
Ryan Blaney of iRacing. Like, and I just always think of Ryan Blaney going out at Daytona that one year with that car that was all falling apart to score some extra points. That's Brandon. He's committed.
He's a trooper, man.
I got
I
to
can
watch
see-
an ad. to
He's
take
8 laps down right now.
8
God
laps.
bless
Yeah.
A
And
normal
with-
race, I can see it. I'm not doing the Daytona 500
No,
8 laps down.
no. He was on lap 72 and he came out of pits 7 or 8 laps down out of 200. I'm like,
Retire.
Nah.
Oh gosh.
I'm
yeah.
out.
bless you.
Take the
I'm
night
big
off.
out.
I do
Yeah.
not care about iRating that much. I do not care. Like,
Safety
Not
rating that
super-
much.
iRacing gets so much more fun when you just don't care about your iRating.
Yeah.
Dude, I told you,
PSA
like,
to everybody. As
I
soon
had
as you stop
connection
caring
issues
about
and dropped
iRating,
down.
it's
Yeah.
So much more fun. It
I
is.
agree.
It's a great time.
The sweats, man,
Like-
they're a little bit less sweaty down those lower splits, and it's way more fun than the
People are
guys who
fun,
act like
dude.
it's their freaking job.
I know.
Although he is in line to lose 69 I rating, so you got to stay in for that.
Nice.
That's
know?
true. Can't
Yeah.
lose. Gotta hit exactly that number.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
true.
I think like the 2 to 2.5K iRating is like just that's the sweet
Perfect.
spot. You get guys that people know what they're doing. They're decently fast, but they're not dickheads about it.
That's a big thing that turned me off to like on iRacing for a while. Is just people just act like take it so seriously, man. Yeah, I get
They do.
frustrated. I've
It's
said a
pixels.
not nice word or two before about it, but like I don't know, man. It's not that serious. Like,
No.
don't push me through the tri-oval to gain half a second or like half a second, and then get mad at me when I can't hold it. And it's just, I don't know. It's just a lot of stupid stuff like that, and whatever. Just
Yeah,
not
I will
worth the
say-
mental break to be in those splits versus having actual fun in the lower splits.
Play tracks are about the only time I liked being in top split because most of them could race it. Whereas now I got
Right.
Daniel Gray
then-
10 over here wrecking everybody, thinking he's the best British driver in the world.
Daniel
Yeah.
Gray's Australian, not British.
I don't care. He's awful at play tracks, and he should just stick to road racing.
Dang.
Get him.
Andrew's
He's
also
also
the
not
angriest
funny.
guy in iRacing. Fun fact. Angriest iRacing.
Yeah, it's true. Yep, that is his title, angriest guy in iRacing.
Uh-huh.
I
He's
like
the
to
guy
view
we're
myself.
talking about right now, actually, with people who get too mad to get to this. It's actually him.
100%. It's exactly
me.
Andrew. Yes.
I'm the Ryan
I don't
Blaney
know.
of iRacing after watching
I don't
the
like-
documentary.
I don't
Yeah.
like high split guys in oval racing or plate tracks either, because like the second you leave like half a car width in the middle lane, they're taking
Gap
it.
car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, you left a hole open." Oh my god, dude.
Give it a
Fucking split.
rest.
Yeah, so I don't know. Them guys are they're just a trip. It's just about fun. If you're into iRacing, just have fun with it. Don't take it so seriously. Rick Hendrick ain't calling you tomorrow because you got top 5 and fucking top split A fixed.
Actually, how I met
Yeah.
Lindsay when I went to a bar and said, "Hey, babe, I got 3 KI rating." She's like, "Oh my god."
I still haven't used that NIS champion for anything good yet. I'm gonna have to.
Try picking up some chicks with it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no, I just want to sweet talk mine with it. So
And
I'll print it
the
out.
Ours, I mean.
and the trading paints paint of the year shirt
yeah, that'll get me far.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't say pain of the year anywhere on it.
or whatever.
Walking-
Yeah.
Trading paints.
I have to tell the story about how I have the T-shirt.
Yeah.
It's a
He's
good
gonna walk
conversation
into
starter.
Applebee's with the NIS champion, put it down on the counter, and be like, "I'll take one of everything."
Yeah.
Hang the banner.
I think we all understand. I'm not paying for anything here this evening. Thank you.
Okay, so we got some big news coming. Not gonna break it yet. I wanna
Stay
make sure
tuned.
it is happening.
Stay
But
tuned.
big news.
That's what they call in the business.
I'm
a
excited.
tease.
Yeah.
It is a tease.
Cliffhanger.
Hopefully next week we'll know more. Maybe by the next podcast. But Tuesday night, make sure to follow. Subscribe. Yeah, no, it's great news. We have been talking about it this week, and I think we're all excited.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
They are.
Very much so.
See.
But on that note, I am done. I got nothing.
We're gonna keep going, but Andrew's done. So
All right.
Thanks for
Nothing.
listening, guys.
Closing. Yeah. Peace.
Yeah.
Bye.
See y'all.
Enjoy
Bye.
the 500. Hopefully it doesn't rain.
I love you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Green White Checker Podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. For more from the boys and the podcast, be sure to follow us on Twitter at the GWCpod for the podcast, at biggelstv for Zach, at shakendrake_TTV for Austin, at picksbyfitz for Andrew, and at J_Sully10 for Joe. Head over to thegwcpod.com to submit a question for our OnlyFans segment. Thanks again for listening, and we hope to catch you again next episode.